Hello everyone, welcome to another Take a Peek episode. This time we are taking a peek at Toontown Rewritten. Look at that, a catalog's already arrived. So, Toontown Rewritten. This is a free-to-play version of what was originally Disney's Toontown Online. This has almost all of the original assets, with the exception that almost all of Disney's actual characters have been removed. There's still Clarabelle's catalog. We'll go ahead and glance at that real quick. And there's still Minnie's Match, I think. Or Match Minnie. Where you'll get to see Minnie the Mouse. But everyone else has largely been removed. So first, we'll go ahead and look at the catalog here. So catalog, you acquire jelly beans as the currency. And over time, you can spend those jelly beans on whatever is available in the catalog. There's the new catalog, there's the back order, and then there's specials. You can buy dialogue, gardening kit, clothing, furniture, statues, a whole variety of different stuff, accessories. It's all lots of very fun things. You can even change how your name looks. You can change how that all works together. And if you really have a lot of money, you can go to the specials. Go to the very end, you can get different acting lessons, which are all very expensive. But you can rename your toon. If you get enough jelly beans, you can rename your toon. So, it's all there. Should you want to use it, should you want to get it. Special usually is not very long. Back order is usually pretty long. And in catalogs, you can also find fishing poles, like the goldenrod here. So, these fishing poles let you go fish in the playground. We'll probably do a little bit of that later. And ultimately, they give you more jelly beans, and they give you more fish. So, for example, I have collected 55 species of fish. Of course, 5 of those are balloon fish, but then there's a whole bunch of different types. So, clownfish, catfish, frozen fish, starfish, all sorts of stuff. Looks like one of our friends just found a building. So let's go ahead and leave our little house here. So this is our little house. Of course, you can change. You can move furniture if you want. You can move stuff around. It's pretty easy. You just just like that. Pretty quick. You can move it in the attic, put it away. We'll just go ahead and leave it as is. So our little house and our little estate where all of your toons live together. So this is my house. My flowers need to be watered. With the gardening kit, of course. You can just water. There you go. And then you can pick. There we go. Just go ahead and pick the flower. No big deal. Comes back to life, no problem. And then you need to plant a flower. And I forget what is it? Whoopsie daisy? There we go. Yellow, red, orange, orange, orange. So you spend jelly beans to plant flowers, but then when you sell the flowers, you get jelly beans back. So yellow, red, orange, orange, orange. So we plant, and just like that, and you do that for everything around here, and you can get, of course you have to water it, but you can get extra jelly beans, and then as you discover more species of flower, you can get more life, more health. You can also plant trees. Now, we'll talk about what these trees are in a little bit. For now, let's go ahead and hop over to our friend who's online and go hang out in a fun little building. And, oh, yes, by the way, you can swim. So don't worry about that. You can swim. Duck, cat, dog, it's a whole variety of different species you can choose from the beginning. But the point is they can all swim. So don't worry about it. There's also a monkey, I think. So, Super JC Razzlefish, level 3 boss bot building in the Berg. We can absolutely handle it. A little bit of hello there. Special phrase that I bought from the catalog. All aboard. Everyone get on. Let's go. A little emote there from Razzlefish. A little bit of creepy laughter, because why not? And this right here is the majority of the game, and probably the most fun in the game, is these little battles. So these are cogs. Cogs are basically these real big, old, nasty adults. Oh, man. And with these, you have different gags. So each of these gags are different things. We'll see a variety of them as we move on here. But we'll go ahead and start with just a basic fruit pie. Pies are used pretty often here. And Razzlefish is going to go ahead and use a drop gag here. So I missed, unfortunately. Pies are not the most accurate. Drop gags are, unfortunately, even less accurate. So that missed too. Too bad. But it's the most powerful gags in the game are drop gags and trap gags. So let's go ahead and see what a trap will do here. So we'll go ahead and lure, and we'll see a sand trap here. So quicksand right in front of the little headhunter. We'll go ahead and lure the headhunter in with a little bit of money, because you know how adults are always focused about that money. And oh no, it's quicksand! He falls into the quicksand, comes out from like the void up above the battlefield, and lands, taking a great deal of damage. So, a little bit of extra squirt. Squirt does less damage than throw gags, but they are also highly accurate. When you combine multiple gags together like that, so you saw the damage each seltzer bottle did was 21. And then, since we both used a seltzer bottle, it did an additional 9 damage on top of that. So 21, 21, 9 is what we ended up doing to that little headhunter. So when you work together as a team, you can end up doing extra bonus damage. And one of the best gags in the game to do that bonus damage with is actually sound gags. Now, I'll go ahead and use a sound gag here because there's 2 enemies. So sound gags are special in that they affect all cogs. So you can see accuracy high, damage 16, hits all cogs, and then the skill credit is how much experience you get for using that gag. So once you get enough experience, you unlock a higher level gag. So first you have to start with like a cupcake, right? You start at the very beginning of the game with a cupcake, and then you put a cupcake into someone's face, and that's a gag. That's a way to do damage. It does like 6 damage, right? And then from there, you get a fruit pie, or a slice of fruit pie, and then a slice of cream pie, and it goes on from there until eventually you can get some pretty amazing stuff. I don't want to spoil it here for you, but you get some pretty amazing stuff down here. Now this, what our little friend here, Razzlefish, is doing is using a bamboo cane. So this is a tune-up, so it heals tunes. And here I'll go ahead and use a big magnet, so we'll go ahead and lure the cogs in. So thank you. Very well done. And go ahead and say a friendly thanks. Now you can also type in thank you if you wish. You can type in whatever you want. So we went ahead and used the magnet. We lured him in. Now beforehand, you might be saying, oh no, we didn't do any traps. That's okay. Lure gags stop the cogs from attacking. So from there, you can use something like a fire hose and hit this little big cheese here. You know, a CEO, big cheese, right? And we can use the fire hose on him. Now, a fire hose will do a lot of damage. And again, we're both using a fire hose, so we'll get a bonus for that. But also, when you hit lured cogs, you get a bonus bit of damage as well. So you saw an additional 15 there in orange. That was the bonus that we got for using the a gag on lured cogs. So we'll go ahead and lure one last time, bring him in. I'm sure Razzlefish will be happy to use some good traps here. Another sand trap, very good. And going for the big cheese. Now you see the cogs have a name. They both say boss bot, so that's the classification of bot they are. There are 4 types of bots in the game. Boss bot is just one of them. And then there's a level. Obviously, the higher the level, the harder they hit, and the more HP they have. So focusing on the higher level cog first is usually a pretty smart plan. So we'll go ahead and heal Razzle back up. A little bit of bamboo cane action here. And Razzle will finish off the micromanager with a whole fruit pie. So bam, there you go. Big heals. And I will take a bow, because I can. There we go, 27 plus an additional 14 because the cog was lured. and move on like this. So, no problem for the heals. And let's go ahead and move on. So, we're going to get to the top floor of this building here. Now, on the top floor of this building, you're going to have the boss, and you're going to have the hardest cogs available. Now, this is only a level 3 building. Buildings range from level 1 to level 5, and almost all of the cogs you can find in buildings, you can find also on the street. So if you don't want to do buildings, you can always do stuff in the streets. Buildings are just, they give you more experience. So pretty much always on the top floor, you want to disable as many cogs as possible. So we're going to be using Hypno Goggles. Now this is an extremely powerful lure, so we're only allowed to have a maximum of 3. But these Hypno Goggles will do a great job for us here. So there's a trap door, so that's even more powerful trap. So all the cogs come forward as zombies. Headhunter, oh no, it's a trap! Bam, 63 damage. Immediately, the Headhunter is removed from the battle. Your next focus, now that the cogs are all delivered to us on our doorstep, we use a whole cream pie, or your heaviest damaging weapon, straight up the center to the boss. You want to take out the boss as soon as you can, because the boss will always be the strongest cog. Usually, it'll end up being stuff like Corporate Raiders, the really big, really strong cogs. The Big Cheese is usually also a boss. We were kind of lucky to see it separate in the previous floor. But now as you clean these guys up, you can kind of do whatever you want. We'll go ahead and use a Storm Cloud here just to get some variety. And we'll go ahead and focus on the level 8, see if we can go ahead and take it out. Again, when you're using gags of the same type, you get a bonus damage. So there's the lure, there's the bonus. So 33 for lure, 14 for using the same gag type. And immediately, we're picking them off one at a time. Boom, boom, boom. Super easy. Teamwork is super, super important here. But you can do a lot of the stuff by yourself. You don't have to have a friend to play Toontown. That's the beauty of Toontown. But it's a lot more fun when you have someone to play with. Now, usually, I'm playing this game with friends on Skype, for example, or Discord, sitting down and chatting with people and just having a good time talking about what do we want to do, how do we want to work together. But it absolutely works out great. So at the very end of the battles, you see these little experience points ticking up. Once you hit these gaps, oh, there we go. That was a little Toon Task flash there. Once you hit those numbers, so you saw like some of them were like out of 6,000, for example. Once you hit that 6,000, you get a new gap. So meanwhile, a whole bunch of people are out in the streets. For example, we heard someone out in the street. If we go out and look, there's a battle in the street happening right now. So Jenum against a micromanager, which is a boss bot. You also see a name dropper back there, a cell bot, a different type of cog. And again, these are all just basically, you know, mean adults, right? You know, you're a little kid, you have all these fun little gags, and you're trying to beat up these mean old adults and lighten their day up. And, you know, they don't like the happiness and they explode for it. Oh! Jenum lost. Jenum lost to the micromanager. That is unfortunate. So when that happens, the boss bot, or the bot, the cog, flies away into the sky. And Jenum will be back in the playground. And will be sad. So when you're sad, your little laugh points down in the bottom left, which is your HP, is your laugh. They are set to 0. Is Jenum around here? I don't see Jenum anywhere, actually. Jenum should be here, but Jenum might have just logged out. Yeah, I'm not sure where Jenum went. But that's okay. Oh, wait, there you go, Jenum. So you see 0 out of 55. Jenum will be slow, will be unable to do a whole lot of stuff until Jenum has at least 1 HP. But you'll slowly gain HP over time. You'll gain laugh over time. So it won't be a big deal. So, now that we've done our little building, we need to get some gags back. So you see we're at 38 to 50. And we need to get some gags back. So what you can do is you can play little trolley mini games. So it looks like Raz will be joining us for this as well. So while we're doing this, we'll regain HP slowly over time. You can get little snowflakes on the ground, ice cream as well. Those will also regenerate HP. All this stuff is within the little towns. And this is a special event. So this is trolley tracks. Click up or down to set your number of votes. And then you just vote for what you're going for here. So I have a special thing that if I get to this mini game, I get 5 extra jelly beans for doing it. But I may not want that. So, you know, let's vote this way. Right? So I want to go down. And she also wants to go down. So the trolley is moving down. We both agree. We want to go down here. Because there's some pretty fun games down here. So we want to go down one more time, of course. Toon Slingshot is a pretty good one. Ice Slide, Photo Fun. Jungle Vines is my least favorite. Tug of War is okay. And then there's the catching game as well. Oh, so she's moving up. So we're going up here. Alright, so we don't get to do Ice Slide. You can see it doesn't lead to Ice Slide. We can either do Photo Fun or we can do Toon Slingshot. So I'm going to use my remaining 2 votes, spread it out this way, and we're going up. Alright, the trolley is moving up, winning by 4 votes. There we go. So I ignored my 5 jelly bean reward. She got her 5 jelly bean reward. And we get to play Toon Slingshot, which is a pretty fun game. So again, these are all just little mini games. And now she gets her 5 jelly beans because she got her reward. But this is usually you just go from minigame to minigame. We're having a special minigame event. So with this, you put your arrows back and forth, fill up the bar, release, go flying in the air, and you have to hit these targets. So the smaller the target, the more points you get. So in this case, we're just going to go straight for this one. Slow, 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 slow. All right, we're good. So that should be right dead center in the yellow. No problem. So yellow is worth more than blue. Blue is worth more than green. And then I think pink or purple, whichever you want to call that, is worth more than yellow. So in this case, yellow, we got 29. You can see Razzlefish off in the distance there. Going for something. Are you going to get it? Are you going to see a dance or a sad face? Sad face. Okay. So that's too bad. So didn't get what you were going for there, but that's okay. So again, go ahead and look down. You can see the different colors. We'll go ahead and slow down here. So you see the different colors. So you see blue, green, yellow, blue, and then pink, yellow. And then our little black dot right here shows where we're going to land. So we want to back up if we want the pink. We don't, but you do bounce, so you don't want to have too much momentum. Oh, nope, we're going to get yellow. Darn. It's really hard to hit the pink. It genuinely is very, very hard. But you can try. It looks like she's going to try and land on us as well. There she is, just outside. Wasn't able to hit the yellow this time. Sometimes if you're going for the yellow, it's best to go for the bigger blue target. And then just work at it from there. So let's go ahead and flip. We got a little bit less power this time, so we don't bounce quite as high. And we're going to go for this little bit of pink again. See if we can get it here. Come on, close in, close in, close in. Oh, we got too much angle. Too much angle. Ah. Back in yellow. That's okay. We hit yellow every single time. Doesn't really matter. Looks like Razzle went and got a 20. I believe that's blue, actually. So at the end, that's how many jelly beans we got. We're currently limited to holding 120. And then it goes straight to the next trolley tracks. Again, trolley tracks is a special event. So we'll play a couple mini games on trolley tracks. And then that will be pretty much it. You know, let's go ahead and save our votes here. So I vote nothing. She votes up 1. So we're moving up by 1. Now, by me holding on to my votes, I get more votes to play with in the future. I also have 29 votes because that's how many jelly beans that I ended up getting. So I can go ahead and play it like this, so I can get towards the game that I want. So we'll do 14 down, and she did 1 down. So we're going down. Now she saved her votes. Now she might be able to outvote me here. We'll see what happens. But we're going to go and spend the rest of our votes. Now any votes you don't spend does carry over. We're going to spend the rest of our votes, all 15. And she's going up for 5, so we say 15 down is what we're going to do. So we're going to play Toon Escape. Now Toon Escape, so no one gets their secret, everyone gets 1 jelly bean. And you can play with up to 4 people simultaneously. Toon Escape's a fun little game as well. Again, these are all just little mini games. They all do different things. They all play differently from different perspectives. But with this, you have your little squirt gun. It's a squirt gag. You have to collect... Whoops, I didn't press jump there. You have to collect these little points. Each one has a certain amount that they're worth. And if you're in the lead, you get to collect as much as you want. And then you can either squirt the cogs. Oh, that didn't work. You can either squirt the cogs or you can avoid them. If you squirt them, like that, right? Let's go ahead and squirt it one more time here. If you squirt them, based on the number of players that are involved, they drop little bits there depending on the type of cog they are. So like these guys are boss bots, so they'll drop quite a bit. There we go. Or sorry, well, we got cash bots out of them. They weren't cash bots. Alright, so we get this. Oh! So Razzle just fell, which means she's going to be back behind. We'll go ahead and just hop by this guy and keep moving. The sooner you finish, the faster... Oh, geez. It didn't go as far as I thought. Crap. Yay, we made it. Okay. Phew. We hit the checkpoint. But the sooner you finish, the more jelly beans you get. So score in this is not directly related to jelly beans. Oh, here we go. This is where it gets tough. Up! Up! Oh! We did it. Woo! That was close. We almost failed here. So, our score is 108. Now, we're not going to get 108 jelly beans. We're going to get like a third of that. But the higher your score, the more jelly beans you get. And you just kind of accumulate jelly beans over time. And then eventually you can spend those jelly beans to buy more gags. So again, we're down 12 gags. I think we have to play one more mini game. But we're down 12 gags right now. So we have 32. Yeah, about a third. Alright. This should be the last trolley tracks, and then we'll be taken to the store. So, let's start going this way. Because I do care about what direction we're going here. She wants to go the same way. Okay. The trolley is moving up by 3 votes. So we're up. The question is, where do we want to go here? Because this is the match mini I was talking about that's still left in the game. Has mini. So we'll go ahead and vote up. Oh, and she wants to go down. Oh, man. We're going down. All right. Question is, are we going to hit the maze game, or are we going to hit the match mini? The maze game is just like it sounds. You have a maze. You have to go around and collect little bits. And the match minis, you have to match mini as closely as possible. So I know what I want, but we're almost out of time here. So let's go ahead and 25 up. And she's going 5 down. All right. We're moving up. Trolley goes up by 20 votes. Now, she has more votes than that, but I don't think she's spending them. So everyone gets 1 jelly bean. And we're going to play a little bit of match mini today. So 1 jelly bean each. Whee! Super excited. All right, so there's mini. Looks like I bugged out for a brief moment there. That's okay. So left, 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 up. No problem. The faster you do it, the bigger bonus you get. But you want to stay perfect. Up, up, right. Left, 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 up, right. So she messed up there. She pressed the wrong button. So when that happens, you break your perfect streak. Up, right, down, left. So left, 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 up, right, down, left. Very good. That was perfect. Very good. All right. So we get the perfect bonus and we get the fastest bonus. She only got 6. She didn't do very well. And then the leftover votes, whatever you have left over that you didn't vote, you get jelly beans out of that. So she had 26 votes left, so she got 26 more jelly beans. So then now we can restock on gags. Of course, you can just do this at a regular gag shop. You don't have to go to the trolley to do this. But the trolley is more fun. And this game is all about fun. Toontown is all about fun. There's nothing about this that's really not about fun. And everything in the game is about fun. So, you battle cogs in buildings or on the street. You restock gags either at the Goofy's gag shop or on the trolley. you can restore some health with these little snowflakes here. They change, but they're very obvious. You can just walk right through them. They're very obvious in all the districts. And then the last thing you do in this game, and probably the most important, you get tasks, Toon tasks, at the HQ. So when you're in the HQ, oh, a cog invasion's begun. What is happening? Robber barons have taken over. That's perfect. You know what? We actually need robber barons, so we might go do a little bit of that. So one of our Toon tasks that we got from the HQ is we need to recover a gold tooth from robber barons. And this will give us teleport access to the bird. Yeah, she has the exact same one. So I need to recover a gold tooth from robber barons. Well, let's go. Let's go recover some gold teeth from the robber barons, right? So there's a slight chance. There's no guarantee that we will actually get a gold tooth after we beat robber barons. But we will do our best. The more robber barons that we defeat, the more likely we are to get that gold tooth. So we can either fight them on the street or we can fight them in a building. In a building is better because you get a whole bunch of them at once. So this is a boss bot building. You see robber baron, it says cash bot. You can't read it from there, but it says down here, it says cash bot, but doesn't matter. This is an invasion. So you get to hop back into a building. It's only level 2 building, which is really, really low level building. But even though this is a boss bot building, there will only be robber baron cash bots because this is an invasion. So we'll go and hammer through this last building real quick and wind up the Take a Peek episode here. So robber barons inside, level 8. Robber barons are pretty tough. Gonna be honest, they're a little bit stronger, but there's only a level 2 building, so ultimately it should be pretty easy for us to go ahead and take these guys out. So a little bit of lure, we should see some good traps coming out. There we go, a nice trap door, very strong. So that'll do 63 damage, I believe. It should do a great deal of damage. Now, your gags get stronger over time as well. Now, not only do you get new gags, but as you accumulate more experience in those gags, they become more powerful. Whoa, good dodge. So, ultimately, as the review comes to an end there, one thing I haven't shown is gardening. I've also not shown fishing, but that's very similar to the trolley minigame. And gardening, I guess I did show a little bit of that. But going back to those trees that you saw planted in our little home, our estate, those are gag trees. You can plant them as you unlock more gags. And they end up powering up your gags. So for example, I've planted Toon-up gags. So my Toon-up gags, like the bamboo cane, are more powerful. I'll go ahead and show you that little plus real quick. You see right here, it's a 45 plus 4, or 62 plus 6, right? So they get more powerful over time. So hopefully, yep, okay, so dropping a safe on this guy. So that's a really powerful gag. We'll go ahead and use a fire hose to match. And if both of us hit, then the robber baron should fall quite easily. A good rule of thumb is as much health as they have is 10 times their level. There's a squish. Boom! Big squish, big drop. And that's fantastic to see. Now, most of the game is, of course, this battling, and it's a great deal of fun. It's a lot of fun when you just get into it, because it's just like, oh, you got squished, you know, or, oh, I sprayed you with a seltzer bottle, oh, haha, you know, pie in the face, you know, it could be a very fun, very silly game. But, again, after this building, we will pretty much be ending the Take a Peek episode. So, ultimately, Toontown Rewritten, and a link to download it is in the description down below, as always, is basically Toontown Online, but free. This game used to cost like 10, 15 bucks a month, something like that. Maybe it was 12 US dollars per month. And it's now completely free. It's independently run, and they did a great job. The servers are stable. The game is mostly bug-free. You know, most of the time. They fixed a lot of their crashes and bugs It works great on modern systems, so I'm running on Windows 10. Works beautifully. Works great on Windows 7, Windows 8, 8.1. I think they support some of the other systems as well. I don't know for certain. You'd have to double check on their website. Maybe ask them directly. I don't know if they directly support Mac or Linux, but I imagine they do. I think the original game did. So if the original game did, then this game absolutely should as well. So we'll go and gather our experience real quick. So double bonus because we get the cog invasion. We did not get a gold tooth. So we beat up some robber barons. We didn't get the gold tooth. Really kind of sad there. But that's okay. It's not a big deal. Does she get the gold tooth? No, neither of us got the gold tooth. That's actually uncommon. Usually you end up getting some gold teeth. That's okay. We'll be okay. So, anyways, overall, again, the game is stable. It's free. The link to download it is down below. And I'm going to go ahead and show one last thing before giving my verdict on what I think this game deserves. So we'll go ahead and hop over here while she goes and finds a new building for us to hang out at. You can get knock-knock jokes. Knock-knock, who's there? Tyrone? Tyrone who? Tyrone Shoelaces. You're old enough. Oh! Knock-knock jokes. Those don't heal you, they're just silly. So overall, I would give this game a very solid 9 out of 10. It's one of my favorite childhood games. It is an absolutely amazing, fun game to play. And yeah, we'll go ahead and do a level 3 building full of robber barons as well. But not in this episode. Not in this Take a Peek. But again, very fun game. It's the developers are actively working to improve the game, and honestly, it's absolutely worth it. It's a wonderfully fun game, suitable for all ages. If you have like small children and you want to play a game with them, this game is great for that because it is completely PG. If you actually if you misspell something, so if you do like that, like it gets red. But then it said it was black, but see, it comes off as quackity, right? Completely PG. So if you misspell something, or if you use any curse words or anything, completely PG. And you cannot turn that off. So that's not such a bad thing. Anyways, we're playing at an off time right now. There's only 2,100 people online. We're specifically playing it like in the middle of the day with everyone at work. So there's actually very few people online right now, which is fantastic. But again, 9 out of 10. This game is fantastic. I love it, and it's a great game for everybody. I highly recommend it. Again, link in the description down below. If you have friends to play with, I highly recommend playing with friends because it's just a great deal of fun. It's fantastic. The only thing I haven't really shown here is some of the lesser scene stuff. So Chippendale Acorn Acres mini golf. There's Goofy Speedway, where we can do some go-kart racing. Different locations. They all have different theming. My favorite is Minnie's Melody Land. Personally, I think it's an awesome place to go hang out. And then there's the COG HQs, where you can go fight the really big bosses. And they're very scary. You need to have like 16 toons working together. 8, 16, something like a huge amount of toons all working together to take out the really huge mega cogs that wait for you at the very end of the game. But we're not going to show any of the HQs today because those are very difficult, very tough. So, again, thanks for watching. You can get more gags over time with a little bit of gag training. Again, Toon Tasks will get you gag training, which will get you more gags, which will get you more experience to unlock higher level gags. So, very fun game. Greatly enjoy it. Highly recommend it. If you liked the video, like, subscribe, if you haven't already, share it with friends. Best thing to do for the video is share the video on Facebook, Twitter, and Reddit. Not Twitch. Twitch is good too. But Twitter, Reddit, all of that. Thanks to Ann for being a Patreon supporter. And I will see you guys all next time with more Toontown Rewritten. If you guys want to add me... Oh, oik. If you guys want to add me, I am Baron Crazy Wrinkle Braids. So you just have to go on Friends, and then New Friend. You have to click on it soon. But you can, if you find me, feel free to add me. Again, thanks for watching. I will see you guys all next time with another Take a Peek episode. Again, highly recommend it, especially if you have friends or children. Pick up Toontown Rewritten. It's in the description down below. Thanks for watching, and DFTBA.